No. Yes, no. I'm getting a yes back and a no, yes. Yes, no. Thank you for that music. So, like a little bit of a,
Right?
where is the Kleenex? Yeah. Wow. So, this is our Meg. And for those of you who don't know our Meg, we are so grateful that she is part of our community. And she's been on the long road lately to become a licensed Unity teacher. And I know about this because I was a licensed Unity teacher, and my road was from 1990 to 1995. But when did yours start?
10 years ago.
Yeah, so she did the long road. Anyway, we really want to honor and celebrate her journey, and I think it's really powerful for us to understand how somebody first finds unity and kind of takes the answers a call to become a licensed Unity teacher. So I want to just connect in with you, Meg, and have you share a bit with us of how did you find unity and what was going on in your life? Yeah.
First, I should say, I'm a journalist, and I always is the one asking questions, so it's awkward for me. It's a new experience.
We'll honor your awkwardness.
Okay. Yeah. So it was my mother who found unity, and we had been in the Presbyterian church. It was kind of, vanilla bean type of spirituality. And my parents were divorced. They tried to get some help through the minister at the time, and who didn't give them the time of day, and so that didn't work. And my mother found this other spiritual community. It was a little teeny congregation in Walnut Creek, and they were just meeting it was like a little old farmhouse. And they had just got a new minister there who was like in her early 30s, which is pretty rare. Would you say most people who go into the ministry, it's a second career or a third career. And her name was Carol Ruth Knox, and she was extremely brilliant and vibrant, and it was just it brought the spirituality into the religion kind of for me, and I was just a young teenager at the time. So I started going, but it wasn't really until I was like an older teenager, and I had probably what you call a clinical depression. And so my mother kind of hooked me up with a woman in the church who was they had Carol Knox had built this church from this tiny little house they built a whole center by that time, maybe 5 years later or something, and a very vibrant church. And they had a whole staff of unity counselors, probably spiritual directors we'd call them now. But she really helped me, through that, and guided me, gave me materials to read, and I just spent months just immersed in like reading Unity. There was almost nothing else I could do, Unity and Daily Word, until I had walked out of the darkness into the light. But I was so, kind of excited about what I'd learned, and I've used it, my whole life to, in difficult situations. And we probably all have similar stories, right, of how you found unity. It answered something that was, a deep need within you. And I remember thinking, even as a young woman, that God, I'd like to be a unity minister. But that would be many, many years later, and it would be going through the teaching program. But that's how I came to unity. So, and that's been 50 years?
Few years.
Yeah.
A few years. So.
Yeah.
So what was it that actually called you to begin the process of becoming a licensed teacher? You certainly had no idea it was going to take you 10 years.
Yeah.
But what was you've been part of this church for how long,
Yeah.
and you've had different roles in this church?
Yeah. I think I wanted to go deeper. I think I, was kind of on the surface, and I had a lot of the, affirmative tools that had been very helpful. But I wanted to, really have a much deeper alignment with Spirit, and also to have a deeper understanding of unity teachings. And I don't do very well with too many choices. And I didn't even where do I start? There's so many books, so many classes that you could take, and even with adjacent, faiths, or spiritual paths. So I kind of went on the Unity Worldwide website, and I saw that somebody had done all that work for me. They'd already cut the path and put together I guess it was a curriculum of required classes to take to either enter the licensed Unity teacher program or the ministerial program. They were similar, or the same. And I thought, well, so there's the path. And it was already cut for me. And I kind of thought of it like, if you all know, like the Camino de Santiago. People have been like the pilgrims in the medieval times, would make their way to. You went, didn't you? Did you go? Why do I have the feeling that, Sue, that you went? No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Still on your bucket list. But and they call it the way, and there are paths all over Portugal and Spain and France that all lead to the same destination in Spain. But it's not getting there. It's not arriving at the church and getting your passport stamped. It's what you learn along the way. And that is what it was for me. I think it's how I viewed it. Somebody else had kind of laid out the path, but it was going to be my experience in taking it. And it was the people that I met along the way, and the teachers and the mentors and people that help you, the challenges, the workarounds and all of that. So it became my way.
So you talk about challenges. Tell us about some of the challenges. I know just even getting in the program was a challenge. How many courses did you have to take just to be able to apply?
So to be able to apply to enter the program to be a licensed Unity teacher, you have to take 25, I repeat that, 25 classes.
Roy says Jesus would never make it. He would not be in. He would.
It's a lot. They've since changed it. I was the last cohort that went through the old program. Now I think they require 13, which is half. I ended up taking 26, so that's just to get in. But the challenge, I think was not the classes themselves. They were wonderful, but it was the logistics. And, when I started, well, first I thought, I'm going to go to Unity Village. These are called Spiritual Education and Enrichment classes, or SEE. And Unity Village would host a week where you could take these classes. Each of them are 10 hours of classroom time, but then there's a lot of work and reading and maybe a project and paper to write with them. But you could do it there. And I did the first year, thank goodness. But I thought, I'll do this every year and come back and just kind of inch my way along the path. And that was the last year they did it. Because as Patricia will probably say, Unity is always changing. So then I had to find the classes, and they weren't doing them. They were doing them online, but they were really static. It was just kind of a web page that you landed on with a syllabus, and it was all on your own. It was really hard. So I knew that I had to take them in person, and we don't really have many. Some areas, some churches host them, or some areas, regions of the country seem to have a lot of these SEE classes going on. They're wonderful. Anyone can take them. You don't have to be, on any kind of a licensure path, and they're wonderful. But I was able to get a few in Marin and a few in San Francisco, but it was just
So as part of this process, this tenure process, and the way sounds like it was a weaving way for you.
Yeah.
Did you have any particular experience in being part of the program, taking the classes, where it really dovetailed into something that was happening in your own life, where you just felt like, you know, this is why I decided to do this. Was there anything like that that happened for you, Meg, at all?
Well,
Sort of-
you know, I don't know if there's like one epiphany, but why I started, I was feeling it hitting midlife and just feeling this like deep need to change, you know, I guess almost like the butterfly wanting to come out of the chrysalis. And it was just very, very powerful. And it meant for me leaving a 30-year marriage. And that was really hard and scary. So a lot of the classes were kind of helping me to process all that and work through my fear and, you know, and gain my own sense of self and, you know that I could be okay on my own. And more than that, I could thrive on my own and I could grow in the way that I wanted to and have the experiences that I wanted to have a bigger life. And so that was really kind of a lot of the motivation.
Beautiful. Is there one particular teaching that really rings for you? Like we do, I love that this is one of the few churches that I'm aware of where we do the 5 unity principles. We really focus every week and remind ourselves of the power of those principles. Is there any one that you kind of like really resonate? I know you're our chaplain. Meg runs our chaplain program, so prayer is one, but I just want to see if there's something else that really calls to you.
Well, you know, I mean, of course, I mean, that, you know, the thought of, the mind, thought, action. And it's how we perceive the world and that it's all within us. And it's really a changing, a rewiring of our whole brain. And
There's one more thing to drop. That would be the microphone, and I'm going to ask you not to do that.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, it's just really retraining, you know, my own mind and my own consciousness to recreate my world and how I see it, how I see others, and things that happen to me.
Yeah. Powerful stuff. It's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
So is there anything that you would like to, like when you're thinking about moving forward, because you are retired, I don't know that people know what your career was, if you want to mention that, but is there anything you're looking forward to as this new licensed teacher banner that you have over you?
Well, you know, I was a reporter, newspaper reporter for 40 years, and I retired last year. I'm not looking for another career. I want to have some fun, but you know, I do want to be of service to this community, and that was another big motivation for me. When I came here, in all the time I've been here, which I think is in this unity about 12 years maybe, there's never been an LUT. I mean, LUTs have come and spoken, but there's never been one who was part of the congregation.
Yeah.
And it just felt like it was needed. And it's sort of, my concentration was pastoral work. You could concentrate in different areas, some people in music or child education. So, you know, I'm looking forward to being of service and support to Reverend Patricia because she has a very big job. It's only part-time, but not really. You know, and we do need to be deeply grateful for that and all that you bring to us. But it's I am also here to be a support to you, both as a chaplain, you know, and kind of spiritual direction should you need that. I teach classes, facilitate groups. If anyone's interested in kind of diving into kind of a certain area. I'm happy to pull together a class and make that happen. But just to, really be an additional spiritual support and teacher to the community.
Beautiful. Well, we are so grateful for you. We're so grateful for you.
I'm grateful for you all.
Yeah. So what I'd love to do now, I'm going to let you put the mic down and we'll maybe turn it off so it doesn't talk back. It does that. sometimes. But I think it'd be a wonderful time for us to take a moment and really go into a meditation, because I feel the gift so much that Meg has given us has really been answering her call. You know, she answered a call for herself personally, but also for this larger community. So I invite us now, maybe we turn the lights down and take a moment to just tune within, opening our hearts and minds and taking a moment to breathe deeply, allowing the breath, that living spirit, the spiritus, to move in and through the body, feeling the breath as we inhale deeply and slowly exhale, acknowledging the connection we have, body, mind, and spirit, with that one powerful presence, the presence and power of the living spirit of love, of truth, of grace, the very presence that holds us in our deepest places. And I invite you in this moment to connect in to the heart, being mindful of that beautiful song, the rose, and knowing that within each one of us, we are a seed of love ready to plant roots and be nourished, to blossom and flower. And no matter what stage of life we are in, we're always in a place of becoming more of the divine self that we were planted here to be in these human bodies. So take a moment in this stillness, feeling into your life right now, the relationships you have, what you're called to do as your career or your work or your passion, the place you live, the place you gather in community. Feel into your heart and your life right now. And become aware if there is a tiny pull, a tiny longing, a longing that literally is coming from the divine, pulling out from you something extraordinary that wants to be spoken, that wants to be expressed. Perhaps it's simply holding a stillness and listening to someone who's in need of sharing their heart. Perhaps it's speaking something that hasn't been spoken before in a relationship from a place of love and connection. Perhaps it's taking a risk and trying something new, stepping out in the physical body. Take a moment now in the stillness and tune into what is calling. What is calling you in this moment? And feel and know that you are surrounded by an infinite, powerful presence that knows you, that holds you and supports you and guides you. A presence that you can feel, that you can often hear in the whispers that come to you in the stillness and the silence. And a presence that's here for you as part of this spiritual community. So offering up gratitude Gratitude for our connection, body, mind, and spirit, to the living presence of the One. And for this opportunity to gather together today to celebrate One, to celebrate Meg, who has followed her heart and answered the call. As we honor that in her, we honor that in each one. Feeling blessed, feeling grateful. And gently, as you're ready, take another deep and a conscious breath, bringing your awareness back into your physical body. Breathing into the heart. And as you feel guided, you could gently open your eyes and come back to this moment, to this time, and to this place. And now I'd like to invite our board president, Sue, and our secretary, Jane, to come up for a moment. And we could lift up the lights, offering gratitude. We're going to take a moment to just honor and celebrate you, Meg. We appreciate you so much for all that you've given us as a community. You don't, you know.
Okay, I'm on. Yes, Meg, we applaud you. We appreciate you. We know that you have been such a fire of spark and spirit for our community. You have shown us the way, and you have stayed true to your goal, and you worked hard and diligently. You were a perfect example of someone going after what was so meaningful to them, in spite of all the difficulties. And we are just so happy and so pleased that you are part of us. So we have a lovely, I don't know if you would call it a plaque, but it is engraved, and I will just read it. From the community of Unity of Santa Rosa, we honor and celebrate Meg McConahey, licensed Unity teacher. February 22nd, 2026, the light of God surrounds you. And we just felt this was a small token of our love and appreciation for you. And we also have some flowers. Your hands are going to be full.
My heart's full too. Yes, I just want to break this.
And
I do drop things.
I know. Do you have your we have your glasses. Just stay right here. We're gonna do you want to say something or just no?
Just, I just thank everybody here because you all have been friends. I remember the first time I came here, Sue, I think I talked with you back in the social hall, and we've all been through many things together, fires and different ministers. So, but just all the love and support of this community. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much.
So now we're going to sing to you, and yes, Karen's going to lead us in a song. Do you want to hold your flowers too? It's so beautiful. I'll take the mic if you want me to take it.
So, this one's for you, and sing along. How can I serve today, sweet Spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I say, so it is. Amen.
And your brothers.